done broke down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Running faster, I can't slow down.
What's up YouTube, it's your girl Cece and I am back with another video. Today I am going to be telling y'all story time about how I found out I was pregnant. People have been asking me to do it, so I guess I'll sit down and do it today. So before we get into this video, my hair is not cooperating, but before we get into this video, make sure you like it, comment, subscribe, share, you know, all that good stuff. Turn on your notification bell so you'll know whenever I post. And yeah, so I'm sorry if I'm sitting like slouched because listen, my back been on 1,000. I am due in like, today's the 17th, so I'm due in 11 days. So hopefully baby girl come when she's supposed to. So I don't know when this video will be posted. So, well, let me show y'all my stomach first. My shirts are too small, but yeah. So I am like 38 weeks. Okay, so story time about how I found out I was pregnant. Let's see. I'm gonna start from when I was at my fiance's apartment. And we had, I can't remember if we had hibachi or like bibimbap, or we was eating out every day together and bringing it back to the house and watching a movie. And I would eat a little bit of my food and then go to the bathroom and throw it right up, like. And so one day I didn't tell him I was throwing up. I just was telling him like, yeah, I don't feel good, I'm going to sleep, and I'll go to sleep. And so then one day I think he might have heard me in there throwing up, or he asked us okay, and I told him like, yeah, I just got sick, I don't know, something didn't sit right. My baby is, her little movements hurt now. But so he was like, haha, like you're pregnant, and I was like, real funny. No, dear, I'm not pregnant. And so I just kept kind of brushing it off, and that was like June sometime. Yeah, sometime in June. So then after that, I start thinking about like, am I pregnant? And so then I told my sister, my little sister Zari, I told her like, listen, I don't know, I've been feeling kind of weird, so I just think I might be pregnant, but I don't know, like I don't know. Yeah, I just told her like, I think I might be pregnant. And she laughed, and then I told her best friend too, because they're like her best friend is like my little sister as well. And so I told both of them, and they laughed, and her friend was like, her friend Michaela, she was like, aha, like, or she was like, I knew it. And I was like, yeah, it's not funny, like it's not for sure, I'm just saying, I just think. And so I had text my god sister Alicia, and this was like 2 weeks before my birthday, and I texted her like, hey, I haven't been feeling good, so could you take me to go get a pregnancy test? Because at this time I wasn't driving. Could you take me to get a pregnancy test, and then I want to take the test at your house, because I did not want my dad to, like, if I wasn't pregnant, I didn't want him to find the test or anything, like, because who wants their dad to know? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. And then like a few days go by, and I'm like, yeah, I can't wait no longer, like this is just taking forever. I called my sister Alicia on like on Monday or Tuesday. I was supposed to go over her house that next Wednesday, but Wednesday came this week, and I was supposed to get my period on Thursday. So I texted her like, no, I think I'm supposed to get my period like sometime this week, so I'm gonna just let you know if I need to come over or not. And she was like, all right, bet. So to make a long story short, my period never came. I didn't think anything of it because I don't have a regular period anyway, so I was just like, whatever. I don't have like a set schedule. My period come and go when it wants to. Symptoms I had was just like, I was really gassy and tired, and my appetite was like, up and down, up and down. Because I remember watching Love is Blind with my family, and we had Chipotle. This is all within the same week. We had Chipotle, and I ate the whole bowl. Now, if you know me, you know I don't eat a lot. I just can't. I ate the whole bowl, drank all my little pop, and I was still sitting there like, if I wanted to, I could eat some more, but I'm not going to. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what that was about. So it's the next week on a Tuesday, and I'm like, yeah, I can't wait no longer. So I text my sister, and I told her, like, listen, I need you and your best friend to come take me to the store to give me a test. I got this much money. I need to get as many as I can with this little bit of dollars. And they was like, okay, we got you. And I was like, don't say nothing to nobody though, just in case it's not what it is or whatever. And so they came over, and I was like, all right, let's go. So we go to the store, and I didn't want to go to the Dollar Tree because I was like, if I'm pregnant, going to the dollar store to buy a pregnancy test, I probably shouldn't be pregnant. And I don't know how this stuff works. So I didn't know how accurate them little cheap dollar tests was gonna be. So we went to Family Dollar all the way on the west side away from my house. If you know me or my family, you know we stay on the east side. Friend, my sister, and was like, hey, since I'm on the west side of Columbus, I'm gonna just stop by your house, take this test, and bounce, because I know it's not gonna be like positive. So like in the back of my head, I just knew that the test was just gonna be negative, and I was just really doing this to prove to everybody who said I was pregnant. But at the time, I wasn't. Before I started my YouTube channel, I was already pranking my mom, like, you're gonna be a grandma. Like, I was just playing. I play too much. That's the problem. I be playing way too much. So we get to the store. I get like 2 of the dollar, I have them over there, 2 of the like Family Dollar brand tests, and then I get 2 clear blues. And so we go to my sister's house, and we sit on the couch, and we all, cause she had people over. I don't know why it was such a big deal, but I didn't just want to whip the test out and then take it and everybody be there. So I waited till her friends left, and I was like, all right, well, they had me drinking juice and water because I, for some reason, couldn't use the bathroom. So they had me sitting, we all talking and laughing and stuff, and I'm getting nervous because I could feel myself having to use the bathroom. Like, not yet, but it's coming. Like, I'm gonna have to use the bathroom soon. So I'm start getting nervous. And so then her friends left, like I said, and I'm like, all right, well, let's just get this over with. So at this point, it's me, my sister, her best friend, my other sister, and we all just sitting there. And so I'm like, all right, y'all, I gotta pee. And they like, oh my gosh. And so I went to the bathroom, and I peed on this freaking stick. And before I could put the cap back on it to flip it over, because I was not trying to see, I could already see the first line like appearing, and I was like, that's a good sign, right? Like, this only 1 line, that means negative. So I flipped it over. I peed on, I think, like 2. Or 3. It was 3 of them. I did 3 of them right then and there. And I flipped them over, and then I stepped out the bathroom and shut the door. And I'm like, all right, y'all, the test on the box, it say you gotta wait, 3 to 5 minutes or whatever. So my little sister was like, all right, I'm finna set a timer. Zari was like, I'm finna set a timer. And Michaela was like, Michaela kind of just got a little bit quiet. She was like, oh no. And then my other sister was like, no, because I think you're pregnant, so I'm just gonna go see. And she busts in the bathroom. There's just ain't nobody in the bathroom but them sitting on the tub, the start of the tub. I told them, don't make no reaction, don't do nothing, because I know it's negative. So she, busts in the bathroom. She picked up the test, and I knew that it said positive because she like, oh. And like, she trying to be quiet, but she's excited, so it just wasn't working. So then her, Zari, and Michaela, they all looking at the test. Like, Michaela did really well. She didn't say nothing, and Zari was just smiling. And I'm like, bro. And so I was like, all right, I think I'm ready to see. Like, I know it's gonna say negative. And when she flipped over 3 of them tests, and they all said positive, dark lines. and I had a digital test and it said pregnant. I was like, and of course I did scream because I'm like, oh. I was screaming like, oh my gosh, what the, and I don't like, I'm goofy for real. I didn't really believe what they said. I'm sitting there laughing, and I didn't cuss, but I said a few words that sound like cuss words. So then I'm like, dang. So I'm just sitting there taking it all in, like, wow. These tests definitely say pregnant. So then I called my big sister and I told her, like, listen, I don't need to come over no more. And she was like, oh, I knew it, I'm so happy. And I was like, yeah. What am I gonna tell my parents though? Like, what am I gonna tell my parents? And so that is how that went. Like, well, I need to go tell my mom because she can at least help me. So we in the car driving to my mom's house. Now, from the west side all the way to the east side of where my mom stays. I'm not giving exact locations, but to where my mom stays, it's a good 35 minute drive. So on the way there, I called my aunt and I'm like, auntie, oh my god. I told her like, so I'm pregnant, and she just on the phone laughing like, ha ha, it's so funny. And I'm like, no, auntie, I'm serious. Like, I just took a pregnancy test. And she was like, you're joking, right? And I'm like, no, I'm not playing. This is not a joke. The test came positive. I don't know what to do. I need to go tell my mom. I'm like, how do I tell my mom? Now, this was 3 days, July 28th, before my birthday. Is that 3 days? Yeah, because my birthday is on July 31st. So 3 days before my birthday, and she's like, don't tell your mom, wait till after your birthday, you're about to be 21, like, just wait till after your birthday. And I'm like, what do I say to my mom? Like, and so she's like, don't tell your mom, wait till after your birthday, because it's just gonna be awkward. Don't tell your mom, don't tell your mom, don't tell your mom. I'm already like pulling into my mom's apartment complex when she's saying this, and my mom, of all days, is sitting outside on her porch, on her balcony, looking at us pull up. And so I couldn't even get my act together to act like I didn't have nothing to say to her. So we pulling up, and as soon as I step out the car, and she like, what's wrong? I was like, oh my god. Like, so I'm like, hi mom, how are you? And she's laughing like, hey baby, blah, blah, blah. And I finally get up the stairs and come in the door, and she didn't come in the house. She stayed outside for some reason. And so I walk outside, and she like, what? Why are you acting so funny? Give me a hug. Like, because my parents are very like religious or spiritual. My whole family is, so they can sense all that kind of stuff. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna give you no hug because you ain't picking up nothing from me. I was just like, yeah, whatever. And she like, what y'all doing? And I was like, mom, I got something to tell you. And so she was like, what? And so I'm like, sitting there, my lips is quivering, and I'm like, shaking in my boots, nervous, scared, like, mom, I got something to tell you, I got something to tell you. And she like, just say it. And I'm like, I really could not fix my lips to tell my mom I was pregnant. It was a joke. It was so easy to say like, hi, you're gonna be a granny, like, but then when it really came down to it, I was like, so then I had the test in my book bag. I always carry a book bag purse. So I had the test in like the little front pocket or whatever. And I was like, you know what, just look at my bag, And I turned around so she could get in my bag, and she like, Sierra, do you know there's pregnancy tests in here? And I was like, mom, let's not act like that. And she was like, wait, why do you have pregnancy tests in your bag? And I was like, why else would I have a pregnancy test in my book bag, mom? That's somebody that already used. They don't just have a random test in my purse. And she was like, Sierra, are you pregnant? And I was like, yes. She like, is this a prank? And I was like, no, mom, because I was always playing with my mom, like, yeah, I'm pregnant. So she was like, this is a joke, ain't it? And I'm like, no, that is a real test. You can't buy a fake clear blue pregnancy test. And So she like, I don't believe you. I think it's a prank. I think it's a prank. I need you to go buy another one so you can take it in front of me. And I'm like, or take it again or whatever. And I'm like, well, I already had this extra one that I didn't take it because I knew you was going to ask me to take it again. So, mind you, we outside on the balcony. So I come in the house, I go in the bathroom, and I'm sitting on the toilet trying to pee. And my mom busts through the bathroom like, I need to see this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom, I'm not about to pee in front of you. And she's like, I'm not going nowhere. And she's sitting there like, and I'm like, oh my God. And so she's like, because I think you're playing. And I think this is a joke. And I'm like, it's not a joke. So I had to take the test in front of her. And I showed her. And them lines popped up in like 2.5 seconds. It was so fast. Like, they slid across that test so fast. And I was looking at her like. And then she starts crying. And I'm like, Mom, don't cry. Because now I'm nervous. Like, oh, I was already nervous. But now, like, what are you crying for? So now we're both looking at each other crying. I don't even know what I'm crying for. I'm just crying because she's crying because I know she's disappointed or whatever. And so we sitting there, and then she gave me a hug or whatever, and she's like, what are you staring at me for? And I guess I was waiting for her to say something, and she never really said anything. And she was like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, what can we do? I mean, there's nothing to, you know, like, this is just it. And she was like, oh my God. And then she was just like, I'm finna be a grandma. I'm finna be a grandma. Like, she was shook at the fact that she was about to be a grandmother. So, that was that. After that, she was like, well, it's okay. I'm gonna support you no matter what you decide to do. Like, and I was like, no, there's no other option. Like, because I do not believe in abortion or adoption. Well, it's not something I would do. Let's put it that way. And so I was like, well, I did what I did. You know, I laid down and got pregnant, so I have to take care of this kid. And she's like, oh my gosh. And so, like, it took her a good 30 minutes to be shocked. And then she was excited. If you like this story time, this would be a part 1, I guess. If you like this story time, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Share with all your friends and family. Subscribe. There's a like and comment. Like and comment, y'all. This little braid is this one. That's how I found out I was pregnant. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.